Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can get notifications when I post something new. Like, share, and subscribe.
So I have already started doing the wire wrapping. I don't know what this is really called. I don't think it's called wire wrapping, because to me wire wrapping is wrapping the wire around the bead and then twisting and turning. This is just actually, and I kept a couple that I'm going to do aside so I can show you how I do them. But this is just a flat pin. They're called head pins. And I just stack the beads on how I feel that would look good dangling from a chain. And then I use my looper tool to make the end like that. So what I do is this is called a looper tool. And this is a 1.5 millimeter. I have a cough drop in, but hopefully my throat and I don't like get too scratchy and start coughing. But you put it in, you line it up just like that. Push it all the way up as far as it will go against this thing right here. And then you just give it a squeeze, and what happens is the wire will wrap around this little metal nub that's sticking up and cut off the excess. So I push it up with my thumb, give it a squeeze, and then there is my wire wrap bead. Sometimes I have to take my round nosed pliers and finish the round, because sometimes, I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's how I hold it. Sometimes it doesn't wrap all the way, but sometimes it does. And of course, because I'm on video, it's going to do the way I don't want it to show. And then I want to make sure that it is tight as possible so that when I put a jump ring in it, it stays together and doesn't fall off. I have sent some in the mail before and they have fallen off, and you know, it is what it is. So this one is just it's not even a bead, it's like a little foam puff ball, but I wanted to show how I use random things to make dangles. So you don't necessarily have to use beads. This is a bead cap that I've had in my stash forever. I don't even know where it came from. I'm not sure it's going to fit with that. Yeah, well. And then I just poke it right through this little foam ball, which I don't know where this came from. It was probably in a Happy Meal gift or something. And then I do the same thing with my looper tool. Let's see if I can get this one to work right. Push it down and give it a twist. Yeah, see, that one closed much better than the first one. But I always make sure that I give it an extra little twist just so that the jump ring doesn't fall out. And then kind of smoosh this and put it back into shape so it's not flat. And now I have a fuzzy bead that really wasn't even a bead. And then, so when you're doing the what do you call it? I just called it too. The head pin. You want to use a bead at the end that is small, because if you are to go through, like, then it won't come off. You know what I mean? It's stuck in there. If you were to use just a regular bead, it's going to go all the way through. So yeah, you got to have the little bead at the bottom. So you get whatever beads that you're going to use. We'll just use these, and I'll make another one just for show. And then you can stack how many ever you want on there. Make it as long as you want, as short as you want. I tend to stick to one bead and then like accent beads on the ends, So I have the purple with the main one in there. This one, I did 2 accent beads with the main focal bead. But for the most part, I tend to stick with 2. There's no rhyme or reason why I do it this way. This is just how I like to do it. It's just my style. Everybody's different. You can do it your own way. For the word beads, I like to put little ones in between. You don't have to. Like, you can just do your words all the way across. I just like it with the beads in between. But most of the time when I'm trying to spell something out, my head pins are not long enough to make a loop at the end. This is only a 4-letter word, but like if I was to spell out someone's name, it wouldn't work. So what I do with those, and this is another thing that's not a bead, but we're gonna make it work. Let me do this one before I forget. Perfect. That is a perfect loop. I don't even have to like close it really. I will before I put it in the thing. But perfect little looped bead. But yeah, if you're trying to spell out someone's name and you want to put the beads in between, or it's a really long word and your head pins are too short, I think most of mine are 2 inches. Yeah, mine are 2 inches. Here is what I use. Then this, sometimes I think I'm a genius, but then I'm probably not the only one that ever does this. These are ornament hooks. You get 120 of them for $2.99. If you go after Christmas and get them on sale, then you're paying less. I actually got those for free in a Michael's Grab box for $10. Like, basically call it free because some of the other stuff in there was definitely worth the $10 that I paid. So I straighten it out so I can start lining up my beads. And I have the word cold. I'm going to bring them down here so you guys can see, because I don't want to bump the camera and move it. And so I have the word cold, and I'm going to do it with blue in between. So then I have the snow on one side, and then cold will go with it. And what I do is I start at the end. It doesn't matter what end, because I'm going to put loops on both. If you don't want to hang something from it, then by all means use your head pins and make it flat at one end. But I like to do it this way. And again, this is just your preference on how you want to do it. So there I have my word. I am going to now loop it on this side. So you stick this in, if you don't know how to use the looper tool, there's a hole on the back side of it. And once you get it in there, like I'm just gonna do it right here and then push the beads on the other side. And then it makes a perfect loop. So because I straightened it out on the curve right there, it's a little wonky, but all easily fixable. All right, so there is the first loop, and now I'm going to straighten this one out. And these bend pretty easily. It's just, of course, I'm going to have a difficult time showing you because I'm doing it on video. Nothing ever goes as planned. Let's try and straighten this out so it's not curved. Much better. And then put this through here, put it in that little hole, push it all the way to the bead. You want this piece here to go up against the bead, and then you squeeze it. It's really not hard to do. It's just hard for me to show you on camera and go slow. And then it wraps around there while cutting the excess off. So now I have a perfectly shaped, which it's a little, I like them to go the same. So like I don't want one going this way while the other one is going this way. So I'm just going to give it a quick little twist. And now the holes are both the same direction. And then I'm going to dangle a snowflake off of it. So I always have my round nose pliers that has the cutter. I have another pair of round nose pliers. These are just extra that I had. I think I got these from my husband's toolbox. Shh, don't tell him. It's basically the same thing, and he never used them. But and then I have my flat pliers. This one has a flat edge in it, so I'm going to take the flat edge and just separate my jump ring. And all you want to do is just twist. You don't want to pull it apart, you want to twist. Because then when you go to twist it back, it remembers its form, it remembers its shape. If you pull it apart, then you get the gap, and then the gap doesn't want to close right. And then it's as easy as twisting it back into place. Once you have your bead on there, your charm, your chain, whatever you're putting this on or attaching. So in my Winter Wonderland swap, I posted that I wanted a dangle of some sort. Okay, ladies, this is a dangle. This right here is just a dangle of some sort. It's dangling. It's hanging there. It's dangling. But the dangles that most people are used to seeing is the chain with a lobster claw. And all you got to do is put your jump ring. I'm not going to use this one because I have a bigger one. But all you do is attach your jump ring to the end. These are actually extenders for necklaces. I bought a big pack off Amazon. I think it had like 100 pieces. But if you don't have the extenders, you can get a chain. Just any old chain. You can go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any craft store. Cut your chain to however long you want it to be. And just make sure whatever jump rings you have are the right size to fit inside your chain. These are actually the right size to fit with this chain. I would have to get smaller ones for this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this chain. I'm probably just going to have it as a hanging piece somehow, some way. I'm not sure. But anyway, you just take your chain, your jump ring, attach your lobster claw. Now I have a big one and I have a big chain. Again, I don't know where this come from because I save everything and I do a lot of garage sailing, and you know, I'll take apart jewelry. It's where I get a lot of my beads. I'm going to use this one because I want all this on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this jump ring to my chain, and this is a very thick chain compared to the necklace one, but again, it doesn't have to be chunky. I just want it chunky for this project. So this is a glue bottle stopper, and it's the same thing. You just put your beads on, you wire wrap them or whatever this is called, and then you just hang them on your chain to dangle. And then, yeah, this goes in my glue bottle. Let's see if I can. Just like that. can use it for stickles, glue, and then I just keep mine in a foam piece. When I'm not using it, I just poke it right in there. Okay, so need to, where's my jump ring? Did I lose it? No, don't tell me I lost. Oh, there it is. It was still stuck to my pliers. All right, so I'm going to attach my jump ring to my lobster claw and then twist it shut. I should have used my other pliers, not my fingernail. My nails are so messed up right now. So now I'm going to use the smaller jump rings to start attaching all of my pre-made bead dangles. And I forgot, no, that's good. So you can attach these to your chain however you want. You can lay them out in the order you want them to go. You can mix them, match them, like figure out which pattern you want, or just randomly start throwing them on there. And that's usually what I do, is I make a bunch of different like designs and stuff, and then I just randomly start throwing them on. Because you don't want like 2 by 2 the same thing. You kind of want to mix it, match it, make it different. So I'm going to start with the snowman at the bottom. I like to do one at the bottom and one, or you have your clip at the top and then do the one at the bottom. Just so you know when you go to pick it up where you are with spacing on your chain. So now I can just start adding however I want on, got hot glue stuck to my mat. Start adding on however you want your items to go. So I think I want the cold and the snow kind of like that. And then the other ones just really don't matter. You just start stacking them, throwing them on there, because they're all gonna like dangle and get in the way anyways. So it doesn't really matter. And all you do is, it's hard for me to see the end. Some of these like really close together, so it's hard to separate and see where it's separating. And then we're gonna do cold, like about here in the middle. And now I'm going to start putting these on. No rhyme, no reason, but there is the start of my dangle. And then I guess I should have opened a bunch of these before I even started the video, just to save time. I like to try to keep it, you know, different, so I don't have like all pink in one spot, all blue in one spot. That's the wrong kind. So now I'm gonna add a purple, and then just gonna keep adding. If I get this out of the way and give myself some space, I'll open it up enough to fit my chain in there. Yeah, I'm blind and I can't see what I'm doing either, so I need to get some of those like glasses with the magnifying things. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll be right back. Okay, and I am back. Here is my dangle, my beaded dangle. It is chunky, it's long, but it's cute. I mean, I've used all different types of beads, plastic, glass, shiny, doll, letters, fuzzy foam. You can use all kinds of things. Think outside the box. Oh, see, one just fell off already. These jump rings are very, very, like, soft, so they don't hold very well. I'm not gonna find where it came off of. Right here. So, yeah, I gotta get different jump rings because these are not the best quality. They're just too soft. If I had the better ones, then they would stay on better, I think. I need to get the thicker, I don't know what the gauge is, or like the metal, because I am not a beater. Like, I don't know. Oh, see, there's another one that just fell off. So now I gotta find that one. Yeah, definitely gotta get new jump rings. Better quality jump rings. I think I got a coupon for Michael's, and then I stop in there after I go to the dentist today. But yeah, this is how I make my dangle charms. This can be attached to a bag. It can be attached to your spine for a junk journal, which that's probably why I like to make them so long, because of the junk journal spine jewelry. But this is what I made. I hope that you like it. I hope you learned something about today, and this helps inspire you and get your creative juices flowing. Think outside of the box. Use anything and everything. Fuzzy foam balls, broken old garage sale, estate sale jewelry that you can get for cheap and just take it apart. Like, I have a necklace. Where did I put it? Right over here. So this is a box of things that I'm going to tear apart and use as jewelry, as dangles and such. It's just, this is an old, like, broken necklace that I'm going to take apart and use for, yeah, even if I just hooked this to, where'd that one go? That little one. Even if I hooked it to this and then cut it right there, there is my dangle. But yeah, this is what I do. I just save a bunch of broken junk stuff, tear it apart, and use it. And it doesn't even have to be a bead. It can be anything. I'm keeping this because I could glue this down as extra bling to something. I don't know. I tend to keep a lot of things. I'm a hoarder. Yes, I am a borderline hoarder. Now I gotta go file my fingernail because I really messed that up making this, but I hope this is helpful to a lot of you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.